third, fourth, and fifth graders. Today I will be reading Dr. Nicholas is Ridiculous. Pre-reading, look at the cover and illustration throughout the book. Make a prediction of what you think this book might be about. Chapter 4, The Good Old Days. Dr. Nicholas came out on the stage. She looked really old. She had white hair tied up in a bun in the back. She walked with a cane really slowly. I've seen glaciers move faster than Dr. Nicholas. I could have run around the block in the time it took her to get to the middle of the stage. Wow, that lady is old, whispered Ryan. She's even older than Mr. Docker, I whispered. Mr. Docker is our science teacher. I thought he was old, but Dr. Nicholas looked old enough to be Mr. Docker's mother. She must know a lot about history, because she's about 1,100,000 years old, whispered Neil, the nude kid. Yeah, she's probably lived through most of it, whispered Alexia. Mr. Klutz told us to give Dr. Nicholas a round of applause, so we clapped our hands in a circle. Does anybody have any questions they would like to ask Dr. Nicholas? Said Mr. Klutz. Yeah, how old are you? I asked. That's not a nice question to ask a person, AJ, said Mr. Klutz. I don't mind, said Dr. Nicholas. I'm 92 years old and proud of it. How old are you, young man? I'm 8 years old, I said. 8, said Dr. Nicholas. I was your age when I was 9. Everybody laughed, even though she didn't say anything funny. Did you ever meet Abraham Lincoln? Asked Alexia. No, said Dr. Nicholas, but years ago I drove one of his convertibles. Were you alive when there were dinosaurs? Asked Michael. Oh, yes, said Dr. Nicholas. In fact, I used to ride a dinosaur to school. I'm pretty sure that Dr. Nicholas was yanking our chain. Everybody knows that there were no schools in dinosaur times. Besides, it would be hard to ride a dinosaur. They don't even make a saddle for them. Dr. Nicholas would have had to ride the dinosaur bareback. But maybe she was telling the truth, because old people usually don't make jokes. That's the first rule of being old. Ryan stood up to ask a question. My dad told me that when he was a kid, they didn't have video games or microwave ovens or fruit roll-ups, Ryan said. What was it like when you were a kid? Ah, the good old days, said Dr. Nicholas. When I was your age, we didn't even have TV. What? Everybody gasped. No TV? I would die without TV. The only good thing about having no TV is that they couldn't have TV turn off week. The good old days sounded like the bad old days to me. If I lived back then, I would have sat around all day saying, I wish somebody would hurry up and invent the TV already, because I'm bored. What did you stare at all day? Asked Neil, the nude kid. What did you do for fun? We went out to play, replied Dr. Nicholas. What? There was a buzz in the all-purpose room. Everybody was talking to each other. You mean in the outdoors? Asked Andrea. Yes. Everybody gasped again. Did you get sunburned? Asked Andrea. Did your clothes get dirty? Asked Emily. What about the bugs? Asked Michael. Wasn't it dangerous? Asked Alexia. Weren't you afraid of getting hit by a car? Asked Neil, the new kid. No, she was afraid of getting hit by a dinosaur, I told Neil. Oh, it was a wonderful time, said Dr. Nicholas. My friends and I used to play hopscotch, marbles, or hide and go seek. My favorite thing to do was jump rope. Did you ever jump rope? Oh, yeah, said Ryan. My sister has an app called Jump Rope Simulator. On her iPad, it's awesome. Dr. Nicholas, were you on your school jump rope team? Asked Andrea. Oh, we didn't have a team, said Dr. Nicholas. We jumped rope for the fun of it out in the street. You played in the street? We all shouted. Now I knew she was yanking our chain. You would have to be crazy to play in the street. I bet she made up all that stuff about riding dinosaurs in Abraham Lincoln's convertible. My friends and I would jump rope anywhere, Dr. Nicholas told us. In fact, I feel like jumping rope right now. That's when the weirdest thing in the history of the world happened. Dr. Nicholas pulled a rope out of her pocket, then swung it over her head and started jumping over it. Dr. Nicholas is ridiculous. As a totally optional activity with your learning coach, you are free to answer this following question. After Chapter 4, The Good Old Days, summarize Chapter 4. Be sure to include the central main idea and any supporting details in a paragraph. Thank you for listening to Dr. Nicholas is Ridiculous, Chapter 4.